Good morning, CNC. Good morning,
Good
CNC.
morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, you
Very
can.
good. Thank you so much.
It's nice to see a set of students from Alpha College. I think all the biomedical students from Alpha are there seated in the seminar hall.
Very good. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, a lot of people are coming in. It's generated a lot of interest. Are you seeing blank screen? Sir,
Madam, Dr. Maluk has not joined yet. CNC, sir. CNC, sir. Are you able to hear?
Yes, Robin, we are
Sir,
able to hear you.
yeah,
We are able to hear you.
I think CNC had a network issue, it seems.
You want to call Dr. Maluk and check?
Yes, ma'am.
You do that, no? That's okay. CNC will not be able to. Robin, you have to make CNC co-host.
Yes, done.
Did you speak to Dr. Maluk?
No, ma'am, that call, it's not. Ma'am, and the just give his number.
Sujata, seems you have some issue with the video. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, CNC.
Okay, I think I may have to operate without video. There seems to be two Zoom.
Robin, can you please make Dr. Maluk the co-host? Welcome, Dr. Maluk.
Thanks. Very good morning, all.
Good morning, sir. This is Sujata from the PALS team.
Yeah, I could recognize your voice. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Nice
Awesome.
of you. We have
Pleasure,
Mr. Chandrasekharan, one of the PALS champions, also in the team today.
Awesome. Yeah. Hi, I'm Seth. How are you?
I'm good, good. Good to see you again. I remember seeing you about 2 years back in IIT Club.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a treat to come and listen to you again. Only thing is, I still have some issue with my video.
Yeah.
My camera is not starting. So,
Okay.
so bear with me. But I'll
No,
be
no
there.
issues.
I'll be listening to it.
Yeah.
Dr. Maluk, if you are comfortable, we can get started.
Sure. So I would love to share my screen and let's
One
start.
second, just before a small intro, Robin, you want to start it? Robin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome to the PALS special session on IoT-based advancement in healthcare technologies. The special session will be taken by Dr. Maluk Mohammed, co-founder and global vice president research, Twin Health. So for the session, I request the participants all are muted. So if you want to have any questions regarding the session, once the session is over, you just type your questions in the chat box. I request Mr. CNC to give the intro about Dr. Maluk.
Thank you, Robin. Good morning and welcome to all those who are assembled here. You know, the pandemic time is not really challenged and people are still there. Nice to see a seminar hall full of students. Welcome you all. So very briefly, now we would like to give all the time to Dr. Mohammed because, you know, we have got just 1 hour. So very briefly, Dr. Mohammed obtained his PhD from IIT Madras in 2006. And, you know, he's also chairman of MAMSET institutions, you know, which consists of MAMSET College of Engineering, MAM School of Architecture, and MAM School of Business. He started this MAMSET institution single-handedly and was instrumental in making the institution of excellence by getting all the departments accredited as well as recognized research centers. I think a big clap for him. His he didn't stop at PhD. Nobody could stop him. You know, he continued to do research on healthcare technology, distributed computing, structured computing, grid computing, and so on. It's a long list, and they're trying to stop here. Otherwise, it will go on. You know, so we are very pleased to have you, Dr. Mohammed, for this session. It's going to be very interesting. And very briefly, as Robin mentioned, session is going to be on IoT-based advancements in healthcare technology, and especially, you know, there are a lot of research with the combination of latest medical science, advanced nutrition, and technology to safely reverse type 2 diabetes. I will stop here because we'd like to hear Dr. Mohammed speak about this topic, and we hand over to him. Back to you, Robin.
Thank you, CNC. I request Dr. Malik to take over the session.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Mr. Chandrasekhar, for introducing me, and thanks to the entire PALS team for giving me an opportunity to talk to this particular forum. I'm always passionate to talk to students because I'd been many years, since the age of 27, I'd been living and breathing with students, and just a couple of years back had an opportunity to look at a professional career altogether in a different dimension, and thanks to the Almighty for putting me in this place where we had come out of the world's first reversal of diabetes through technology, first of its kind. I would love to walk through. I don't want to waste time talking about IoT, healthcare. All these are, everyone knows that. This is what is going to be the future. I want to pick up and talk about what is the reality, what is that we had done, and what is that we were able to make a change, and how was it possible. In more detailing, I would like to walk through for everyone who are here to understand. I'll be very simple. I'll not use much of jargons or technology. I'm a hardcore engineer by profession, but I'd mastered medicine in a big way. Because if you want to marry technology with medicine, it is required, and that is where a difference can come in. And let me start. This is the sad reality that is existing in the world. A massive problem, a real massive problem. 1.5 billion plus billion people suffering from various chronic conditions. 1.5 billion people, just imagine. 25 million plus deaths happen almost every year. Huge. Every minute, few hundreds of people die out of chronic conditions. And $3 trillion plus annually is getting wasted, creating a real economic challenge across the globe. We are all in a place where we are compelled to come out with some solution to solve this particular problem. This is reality, real data. And there are possibilities that it might be underquoted, and definitely because many numbers are the truth. What is it all about? Why is it that? Friends, the truth is, every human, God's creation, every one of us are unique. No two human has the same metabolism. Just try to understand this. Metabolism is nothing but 1,000 plus biochemical reactions that takes place in the body at every instance of time. Someone has tried to capture this as a picture to show. You look at the simplified view of metabolism of a human. Just imagine 1,000 plus biochemical reaction that takes place in human at every instance of time. The metabolism that we had 10 minutes back is not the same what we have now. It changes. It's so dynamic, right? And the damaged metabolism is root cause of all problems in the human body. It starts there. It starts there. In simpler way, metabolism can be said to be a mechanism by which you create energy in the body. 1,000 plus biochemical reaction processing to conceive energy, to observe energy. Multiple things could be defined, but in simple words, 1,000 plus biochemical reaction that takes place in human at every instance of time. So forget about two humans having the same metabolism. We ourselves don't have the same metabolism at every instance of time. This is the reality. When this is the case, it's so dynamic and so complex. The world did not have a mechanism to measure the metabolism. There are a lot of scores, metabolic scores computed based on various parameters, but the precise change in metabolism, because of the complexity, because of the dynamic nature of it, no one were able to bring out a solution. And any chronic condition you take, for that matter, the root cause starts from the damaged metabolism. That is where all problems starts, right? And as I told you, every minute in India alone, 6 people die out of diabetes. One of the biggest challenge people face every minute, right? And you name any disease for that matter, Alzheimer's, heart disease, liver failure, kidney failure, cancer, right? Even any disease for that matter, everything is attributed to diabetes. Everything is attributed to diabetes, and diabetes is attributed to damaged metabolism. The truth is, all these diseases are not disease by itself. They are symptoms. The actual root cause of all these diseases are what? The damaged metabolism. As the world did not have a mechanism to precisely measure the damaged metabolism, doctors were compelled to treat the symptom and not the disease. That is the reason why. That is the reason why diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, all these are said to be a lifelong progressive disease. If someone becomes diabetic, they start with one tablet, and it pretends as if that the sugars goes down. Few months from there, it shoots up. They go to the doctor. Doctor puts a second tablet. It continues. It lands up in insulin. It is the same with every chronic condition, because doctors are compelled to go treat the symptom and not the disease. They are not able to treat the disease because they did not have a mechanism to precisely measure the damaged metabolism. The challenge is there. So this disease is said to be a lifelong progressive disease with lifelong suffering of symptom, and no one knows when we will collapse. No one knows. The truth is, today we are seeing, the statistical report says that 73% of patients having any one chronic condition are prone to have at least 3 chronic conditions in them. 73%, huge, right? One tablet creating a complication for the other creating a complications for another. Say, you may say a tablet which you take for diabetes has a negative impact on BP, a negative impact on cholesterol. You take a cholesterol tablet, it has a negative impact on others. So the reason is you are trying to handle the symptom and not the disease. That is the challenge. So the problem here is, can you solve this problem? Can you make a change in the human life? So ultimately, if at all you want to solve the problem, you need to have a mechanism, a technology to precisely measure the damaged metabolism. If that is done, we can think of a solution. And that is where, and that is what we are done. How did it all happen? Where did it all come from? Right? Let me share with you some genesis of where did we pick up this idea from. Friends, you might be knowing Tesla, automated car. Tesla CEO is the richest man in the world. He wanted to build an automated car, a driverless car. Everyone laughed at him. Everyone laughed at him. GM Motors, Ford, everyone laughed at him. He somehow convinced himself, took funding, started his company, Tesla. And the vision that he had was his car should perform better as it ages. We all know that anything that ages underperforms, doesn't perform well, right? But his vision was, my car should perform better as it ages. And can I make my car last? And can I do this without a driver? Can I build a driverless car? The other co-founder of this company, my partner in this business, Dr. Jahangir Muhammad, is the man who revolutionized the world of IoT, Internet of Things. The buzzword which we had been talking about for the past 3-4 years, but actually he came out of this Internet of Things long back in the year 2003. His company, Jasper, the company which he started, Jasper, holds the world's largest subscription base for a commodity. Even if any automobile across the globe is powered by Jasper. And he has worked with Elon Musk of Tesla for more than 10 years in building the driverless car. The entire Tesla is powered by IoT platform of Jasper, where they put sensor on the car. And a digital version of the car was put on the platform, built and put on the platform. The car which had a sensor collected data and was continuously sending it to the platform, where they built a digital version of it. And they started to monitor it precisely and understand what is its functionality, and made everything possible. To quote a small example, what has happened is when Tesla came into existence, when it came into the market, Tesla cars were getting fired when they were on the roads. Just imagine a brand getting fired on the road, total collapse. They gone into the war room, Elon Musk, Jahangir, midnight around 1 a.m. And they wanted to understand, as it was a digital car, they opened this system and wanted to see what is happening. Why is it that it is getting fired? That is where they noticed the chases of the battery, which is underneath the car during high speed motion, was scratching the road and the car got fired. Jahangir stood up and said, I'll call you in 1 minute, 1 hour, and I'll solve the problem. And he moved out of the room, called the CTO, midnight, all these people assembled together, and there is a single code command where all the Tesla cars raised this chases by 1 inch. The problem got resolved. Power of technology. When they built up technology to perform better and to make it live longer. When Jasper was acquired by the Cisco, the network giant Cisco, for one of the huge $1 billion in the year 2016, Jahangir wanted to start something new and he wanted to do something in the healthcare sector. And that is where me and Jahangir came together. And I had an interesting story. Why did we come to, and I don't want to waste time on talking about all those stories now. And when we wanted to do something on the healthcare, we were talking about multiple things. We spoke to multiple doctors. Each one said many things. We wanted to understand this, and our vision was, that is the reason why we named the company as, now it is renamed as Twin Health. Initially, we named the company as Twins Digital. We wanted to understand, we wanted to do the same thing. Build a digital version of every human. In car, sensor was easier. Tracking was easier. In human, how could we do it? And what was it that we wanted to do? When we deep dived, spoke to hundreds of doctors, that is where we found out that the actual root cause of many problems on the healthcare sector was the damaged metabolism and diabetes. We picked up that. We started to work. We started to work very, very aggressive. And that is where Twin was born. So how did we do it? Put basic sensor in patient's body. 3 to 5 sensors, not more than that. 3 to 5 sensors, depending on the body's requirement. We put sensors and a digital version of every individual is built. And this particular digital twin, which is there on the platform, continuously was getting data. Continuously was getting data from the body through the sensors. And when change that is happening in the body is captured and it is sent to the digital twin, where we continuously ran a machine learning algorithm and it did a computation of 1.4 into 10 to the power of 104 computations every day, continuously, to precisely measure the damaged metabolism. Right? And that is where Twin was born. And Twin, the first company to pragmatically solve root cause of chronic diseases, costing 25 million lives and $3 trillion each year. And how did we do it? We built a digital twin, a whole body digital, a patent pending whole body digital twin, first of its kind in the world. And by running a machine learning algorithm, we were able to precisely identify the damaged metabolism of the human. Right? You could see this. And that was revolutionary. So every human, every patient who got enrolled into the treatment, a digital twin was built. The digital twin precisely understands the body. It took 3,000 plus signals daily from the human body. 3,000 plus signals daily. And in addition to the sensor data, we also did some blood tests. Basic blood tests on the day of enrollment. And the beauty is, we started, say, blood tests are instance value. At that particular instance, what is blood values? It is not that it is continuously going to be the same. It is going to change. But you cannot do anything, but that's the best which we could do. And doctors try to generalize it and try to solve the problem and offer a solution. What we started to do is, with correlating all these data points, we started to understand How does the cholesterol of an individual move? How does the kidney functionality of individual move? Right? Everything we started to understand precisely. And we were able to precisely let know how a human body behaves. Right? This was magical. This was revolutionary. Fine. Having measured the damaged metabolism by building a digital twin. Yes, we have solved the problem of building a technology to precisely measure the damaged metabolism. How are you going to solve it? Are you going to follow the same route of giving chemicals to the body? Friends, try to understand. The biggest truth is chemicals can solve a particular problem, leading to hundreds of other complications in the system. It can solve a particular problem, but leading to other complications in the system. Never ever take chemicals to the body. Then how do we solve it? We were all born. When we were all born, how did we all grow? Did we grow up by injections and medicines? We grew up only with 4 inputs to the system: sleep, activities, moving our hands, lifting, walking, jumping. Third, breathe. Automatically we were breathing. Body requires oxygen. Fourth was whatever input went as food to the system. We all grew up only with these 4 inputs to the system. You agree with me? Did money somewhere come in the picture here? Did gold come here? Did car come here? Did house come here? Nothing came here. With this 4, we all grew up. We started to understand. We wanted to understand, can we solve the damaged metabolism by following the same path? Can we retrack? We grew up in this way, in this journey, because of various disturbance, we damaged it. Can we retrace it to go back and become a normal human? And that is where technology again came into picture. That is where technology came into picture, right? And the solution that we offered was precision nutrition, precision activities, precision sleep, and precision medicine. The truth today is, as I told you, every human is unique. But what does doctor do today? Headache, sugars, high sugars. For everyone, the same medicine is given. Doctors cannot be tamed. That is what was available. That is the reality. That is what was available. And here in UK, there was a doctor who picked up an identical twin, and exposed him in the same environment, same input to them were given for more than a year. And the response was studied. The complete response of the body was studied. And they found out that the blood glucose response for the identical twin was totally different. Very clearly telling that every human is unique and we cannot offer a common generic solution to all. But doctors were doing it because they did not have a way to support them or do something. So please try to understand, having measured the metabolism of a human, how do we solve the problem? As I rightly said, we all know, we all eat food. And how many of you know about food? We all want to taste it best. And we had heard about 3 components, namely carbohydrates, fat, and protein, not more than that. We had only known about these 3. But the reality is, every food that we eat has 87 parameters in it. We all know only 3: carbohydrates, fat, and protein. And they say, don't add fat to your body, it's bad. Don't add sugars to your body, carbohydrates to your body. These are things that we had heard about us. For building our muscles, take more protein. These are things that we had heard about things, right? But the reality is, the food that we all eat has 87 parameters in it. And this body precisely requires a balance across the 87 parameters. If there is an imbalance in it, it starts to hurt it. I'll quote a small example. We are all there, around a few hundreds of students are there. I give you a piece of tomato and ask you all to eat the same at this time. Let's all eat. And assume that the tomato has 300 milligrams of potassium. Assume that tomato has 300 milligrams of potassium. And when we all eat, can anyone here in this audience tell me what is precisely the potassium bioavailability in the body? No one can tell. The reality is the bioavailability of potassium absorption in the body might be 10 milligrams, 150 milligrams, 270 milligrams. No one knows. It depends on the other micronutrients which are there in the body at that point of time. I said the body at every instance of time, that's 1,000 plus biochemical reactions that takes place. And those biochemical reaction takes place from all these 87 parameters. And the enzymes and the hormones that the body creates. Right? And the bioavailability of micronutrients depends on the other micronutrients which is present in the body at that point of time, which is nothing but the metabolism of human. We all say almonds is a super rich micronutrient food. Take almonds. Friends, when you take almonds with tea, almonds become poison. How many of you are aware of it? The anti-nutrients that are there in the tea inhibits the absorptions of the micronutrients which are there in the almonds, making the almond micronutrient junk and become negative impact in the system. This is the reality. I don't know how many of you could realize our grandparents used to tell, never take curd and greens together. Semikadun solluvaanga. But there was scientific reasoning behind it. Right? Absorption is a challenge. And that is where a technology comes into play. That is where IoT ML comes into play. The digital twin, precisely which was able to measure the metabolism of a human, understanding the metabolism of human, offered precision nutrition as a solution. In the sense, what does the body require at this point of time, and what is the computation which is required? Now, people say, COVID situation, everyone say, improve your immune system. Take zinc-rich food. Take zinc supplements. Friends, do you know something? Excess of zinc to the body can lead to oxidative stress. And forget about you dying out of COVID, you'll die out of oxidative stress. That's the reality. Because all these micronutrients, there are 47 micronutrients which is there. The sodium, the potassium, the lithium, the copper, the iron, right? Zinc. There are 47 micronutrients which are there in the body. And though they are micro in nature, deficient is also bad, excess is also bad. Say potassium, it's a water-soluble mineral. The body requires potassium daily. And it requires around 4,700 milligrams of potassium. And it comes from tomatoes. But the beauty is, many food also has potassium. And excess of potassium can directly strike your heart and kidney. And as you keep maniacally adding more micronutrients, your metabolism starts to get disturbed. That is where it has happened. In addition, most of the foods that we eat has some form or chemical or the other, which I don't want to discuss because of various reasons. You started to damage it. So now the reality is, please try to understand, there should be a precise balance of what does your body require to heal your system. The 47 micronutrients are the actual source of growth of your immune system, growth of your organs, growth of your bones, growth of your entire cellular system. The sodium for the carbohydrates, fat, and protein are only a source of fuel to the body. It doesn't do anything more than that. It is just a source of fuel to the body. And your gut has trillions of bacteria, more than the human cells. Strengthening the gut is very, very important. What you eat, the first person to taste is your bacteria, which is there in the gut. And there are good bacteria and bad bacteria. When the bad bacteria are more than the good bacteria, it starts to lead to negative biochemical reaction, making it worse and worse and worse. That is where the digital twin, understanding the metabolism of a human, start to offer precision nutrition, which is a combination of macro, micro, and biota, which is the 87 parameters by which we are able to safely heal the system. Lot of science, lot of jargons which I'm using. Let me make it simple. When a patient enters the platform, the platform understands the body and identifies the list of food items which are intolerant to the body and categorize them as red food. And categorize them as red food. And those food are not included in the meal plan. Those food are not included in the meal plan. But as they travel through the journey of healing, because we are healing the system, we are healing the metabolism. One after the red food start to become green because you are stabilizing your metabolism. And by 6 or 7 months, the patient can go back and start to eat the normal food because you are touching the core of what is required for the body. Right? And similarly, activities, burning of fuel, right? And I can also talk about how someone become diabetic and all those things. I don't want to touch upon all those things because we are talking more on the IoT and ML, right? So by precisely, similarly, every human requires precisely what kind of activity you need to do. It is not that everyone, say I've seen sportsmen who says that I'm a cyclist, but how is that I'm having diabetes? I walk 10 kilometers a day, I'm diabetes. I'm a shuttle player, I'm diabetes. I'm a tennis player, 47 years old, had stroke because of diabetes. I've seen so many people believe that I go for walking, my sugars are under control. Never. I can challenge, I could bet. Show me one single human who is controlling his sugars with tablets. I'll do anything. Similarly, activities has to be precision for individual. And muscles and other stuff precisely requires what kind of movements for the problem to solve. It is not that everyone by going for walking can lose weight, right? And the metabolism impact is dependent on the nutrition, the balance across the 87 parameters, the balance on the activities, and the sleep that we offer. Sleep is something very, very important. Most of us take it lightly. Most of it don't give great importance to sleep. It is super important. And the time that you sleep is very, very important. And again, sleep has to be positioned for individual. And the combination of this makes it possible. And when I talk about the precision nutrition, how was it possible? We had built a high definition database for 50,000 food items across the globe, capturing all the 87 parameters which are available in the first of its kind in the world, which makes it possible, right? And by precisely, continuously running a machine learning algorithm, correlating across all these data points to feed the right input to make it happen is what we offer as a solution. And in addition to that, the truth is the whole body digital twin self-learns individual state of metabolism, deciphers cause and effects, and predict outcomes to effectively reverse the chronic conditions. Only through precision nutrition, precision medicine, precision activity, and precision sleep. When you talk about precision medicine, when you start, forget about all these stuff. Even today, when you start taking medicine precisely depending on your body's condition, you could reduce the medicine requirement by 40%. And you could improve your health condition by 45%. When you reduce the medicine by 40%, just imagine the impact, negative impact about all these chemicals is getting reduced. And you're improving your health with medicine itself by 45%. So precision makes it very, very unique. And that is what Twin offers their doctor to make it precisely wonderful. There's many more interesting things which I would like to share. Friends, one of the sensors is the continuous glucose monitoring device, a CGM patch. I'm wearing, I'm not diabetic, but for research purpose, I keep doing it. I'm wearing a sensor. You see here, there's a patch here bulging out here, right? This is one of the sensors. It doesn't pain, it doesn't do anything. And it continuously measures my sugars every 15 minutes once. And there's the actual sugars of a human for 14 days. We at Twin had come out with a solution where we are able to predict the sugar of a human without the sensor. Will you believe it? At an accuracy of 97%. Will you believe it? There is no sugar sensor. We are precisely able to correlate after some point of time, after 35 days of treatment, based on the heart rate, activity, and the other sensors data. This watch is a sensor. We had made it as simple as that. And yet another patent pending solution from this company. Sugars can be calculated without pricking you or without wearing a continuous glucose monitoring device. Amazing. We call it as a virtual CGM patch because the digital twin has learned your body precisely with enormous amount of data for the first 35 days. Just continuously learn your system precisely, by which we are able to precisely measure your sugars. It is just not the sugars. Just look at the 14 days BP values of an individual human. We are able to precisely compute at an accuracy of 96%. Will you believe it? Without wearing a cuff. But the BP is taken only when you measure it. Just imagine the platform has a capability to continuously monitor your BP 24/7 using the other parameters which is collected. Amazing, right? And this gives us power where, in addition to reversing diabetes, in the first quarter we reverse and optimize diabetes. Second quarter, the platform works to optimize the other chronic condition. Third quarter, the platform works to optimize the organ health. And fourth quarter, the metabolism is healed. And the patient is said to be having a set of normal organs and doing extremely well. And in addition to this, because of the technology, the platform has a capability to monitor 124 diseases. Power of technology has made it possible. But for technology, this cannot be possible. In addition to it, as I rightly said, every human is unique. Here, each vertical line indicates 50 individuals, 50 patients, right? And the line indicates the list of food items which are tolerable and intolerable for an individual. When it is green, it means that the patient is able to tolerate the food. It is good for him. When it is yellow, it is moderate, it is fair response. When it is red, it is poor. And you could see here, no two lines are identical. We all think that this food is bad for him, don't eat. Idli is bad for you, rice is bad for you, eat wheat chapati. Who told it is true? We all talk about glycemic index or talk about all those things. It's not true. The body response of every individual human is unique. What is good for you need not be good for me. We had proved it. Data talks. You could see here, we are trying to enlarge and show for few patients. No line is accurate. No line is same. No line is common, right? And the food metabolic response of each individual is unique. Power of technology has made it possible. And through precision intervention, you could see here, what was red on day one start to gradually become green. And the healing of metabolism is proved, right? Which is the base of everything. The human existence starts with metabolism, right? And when you solve the root cause of everything, you become happy and healthier, right? In addition to it, how simple is it? Is it really complicated? Or how easy is it to do it, right? Friends, initially, around 3 to 5 sensors are put on the human body. And it requires 10 actions per day to start with. And maximum that is 26 minutes a day. The platform can sense everything except the initial stage. You need to log the food that you eat. Every other thing can be captured by the sensors and by the platform. But in the initial stage, you need to log the food that you eat. As you move forward, sensors start to disappear. One after the other, sensors start to disappear. As I told, CGM patch goes off, BP parameters goes off. And we had built the system in such a way that you just require sensor watch and the body composition monitor. Just these two sensors I will do. Rest of it will go off. And as you progress by, you need to do just 5 actions a day. Actions are very, very simple, like stand on the body composition monitor, wear the cuff to measure data. Very, very simple. And what you require is just 4 minutes a day. And partial food log will do. It doesn't require complete food log. And as you keep progressing, 2 actions a day, 2 minutes a day, and no food log is required. By the time the platform has completely understood you, you just need to wear the watch and just stand on the body composition monitor in the morning. That's it. Nothing else is required. Right? Amazing. So simple. By which we are able to precisely solve the problem. Right? And where are we headed to? What is the ambition with which this particular company is doing? Friends, I was just talking about diabetes. The reality is we are today able to reverse diabetes, reverse BP, reverse cholesterol, reverse obesity. We are the first company in the world where we are able to reverse nephropathy, damage that has happened to kidney. The medical science even today believes that further damage to kidney can be stopped by medicine, but the damage which has happened cannot be reversed. We had proved that scientifically that we could reverse and heal the kidney. We had done it. So we are headed where we wanted to solve the metabolic health, all the chronic conditions, all the organs, all the hemograms, hormones, vitamins, and minerals in the body. Beautiful. You will not believe. When people start to get hurt with the chronic conditions, you will not believe. Starting with the taste of the tongue to sex of an individual goes off. People shy away talking about sex. Base of human values. Right? And we had seen as young as 26 years old people, the average of around 5,000 odd patients whom we had seen in our treatment is 33 years. Will you believe it? Will you believe it? And most of them lose everything. And when they get reversed, amazing transformation in their life. You could see physical fitness, medicine symptoms gone. And we wanted to normalize, heal, sustain. Because sustenance is very, very important. Can they sustain for life is what is very, very important. And let me complete by giving a brief synopsis about whom we are. The company was founded in the year September 2018 and is funded by the world's #1 investor, Sequoia. Sequoia, the company which has invested in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and they are our investors. We had completed Series A and Series B. We are around 475 employees today, present in California and India. And the novelty is we had built the world's first whole body digital twin to precisely measure the damaged metabolism and reverse the chronic condition. We had launched around 2.5 years back, and currently we have 5,000 plus members. It was early 2 years back, they said, and unprecedented health and happiness outcomes sustained. We had recently launched in the month of November in US, and we are doing extremely well. And we focus on offering health and happiness to our patients. It is a treatment offered to patients by doctors, and twin is a plug-in to the doctor to offer precision treatment by which they are able to safely reverse the chronic condition. And this is what we offer. Let me stop. I would love to take questions.
Thank you, Dr. Maluk.
Yeah.
Already we have received the questions through the registration form.
Yeah.
So I will project. Can you stop sharing so that I will project the questions? You can take.
Sure. I would love to. I think Sujata has shared the questions with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing.
You go ahead. You just please present.
Yes, sir.
What are the project scopes for mechanical students from this field? Impact of edge computing in IoT-based healthcare monitoring system. Friends, IoT and machine learning is not a computing course. It is a course. It is an application, a technology which is compatible with all other division of engineering. It might be mechanical, it might be civil, it might be anything for that matter. It is compatible. With reference to healthcare technology, there are a lot of precision specials as robotics is there. Today robotic surgeries have come, right? And it's some big role of a mechanical engineering. Precision materials, mechanical material scientists have a big role to play. Yes, they do have a lot of options to look at. What is the future scope of IoT and how it will shape up the future of healthcare and medicine? That is the nomenclature of the globe. Healthcare, entire healthcare is going to completely transform through technology. Friends, you need to understand, I did not tell certain things. In our treatment, patient need not go meet the clean doctor at all. Doctor is connected through remotely, and doctor looks at the data through the technology, and technology offers right solution inference to the doctor. And doctor is more today as a person to vet the recommendation of the platform. And it is completely, this is going to be the future of the world, right? And the way things are going to happen is our vision, our thought process are down the year in 5 to 10 years. The way today for searching, for if you want to search for some content, they call it as, they don't anymore call it as Google search, they say Google it. Similarly, if you have any health issues, twins should be there. That is where we are headed to. And that is the confidence, because huge on the technology. And it's not just when many people are looking at it. Everyone are looking at it. Healthcare is going to completely transform, right? Technology is going to offer precision treatment. Precision in the sense, it is tailor-made for individual. It is no more common across people. How can we measure the correctness of sensor device, particularly in healthcare? Yes, excellent question. Friends, these electronic devices do have errors. They malfunction. But the beauty and power is, as you learn, as it correlates with multiple data points, precisely identify the error rate. The CGM patch, the company itself has said they have an error rate of 15%. This particular watch, the accuracy is only less than 60%, between 55 to 60%, right? And it is not that we had invented that. The company themselves have disclosed. But when we correlate across multiple points, data points, we are able to optimize on all those error rates. Power of technology has made it possible. Again, we know, right? You guys are engineers. You know how to optimize on error rates and other stuff. And that's what it is taken into consideration. Every error is correlated, because we don't look at single data point and give a solution. We just don't look at one and offer a solution. It looks at multiple data points and offer the right solution, right? And how will advancement in IoT and healthcare help us improve our quality of life, and how does it affect us in a good way? Friends, trust me, going forward, every individual will start holding a membership of some technology platform, wherein it lets you know how good are you. When twin today can tell how healthy you are. For today, when you go to for an ailment to doctor writes you a pill. You don't know what is happening to your body. You look at symptom. I had stomach pain. My stomach pain has gone. But what happened to your kidney? No one knows. But technology today we are able to tell our patients. They could see in their mobile device how is their health. There is a score called Twin Score, which precisely lets them know how healthy they are at every instance of time. Power of technology has made it possible, right? And you need to all understand, God's creation is so beautiful that we are all capable of living for minimum 100 years with good vitality. But we are all wired negatively that after 40, welcome diabetes. After 40, have knee pain. After 40, have back pain. It's not so. Every human has a capability to live for 100 years with good vitality. That's the truth. Please trust me. So quality of life is automatically going to improve, because it's going to tell, hey man, you're doing bad. Why don't you fix it? It motivates you, right? What are some challenges healthcare professional encounters with technology today? The beauty is, doctors are not tech savvy. They are not even. We are seeing, we are partnered with doctors. Many doctors find it difficult, but it's not difficult, because technology people also develop softwares, applications in such a way that it is as simple as that. Voice support, a lot of advancement has come, and a lot of so I don't see healthcare professionals will really find it challenging. It is the healthcare professional job is going to become better and better and better, because they're going to see better outcomes, and people are going to become healthier. That's a reality. It's going to take a long time, but ultimately, people are going to become real healthier. The real challenge will be in the pharmaceutical company. There will be a reduction in consumption of medicine automatically. That's what is going to happen. Healthcare job and biomedical engineering field job available in India and also in other countries. Healthcare technologies are advancing steadily and stagnant in case of real world development. Friends, The truth is, huge opportunity is there. And no more we look at degrees. No more we look at all these certificates and other stuff. We look at, do you have the capability? Do you have the skill set? You will not believe we are really struggling to recruit engineers. Really, literally struggling to recruit engineers. Finding it very difficult to recruit engineers. We are ready to pay any amount of salary. We are tied up with all top consultants. We are finding it very challenging to find the real talent pool in India. We are hiring more number in US because of that. Friends, start working with focus. Start working with fundamentals. Start working to understand, because it is just not technology alone. If you want to be successful in biomedical engineering, biomedical technology, you also need to know about medicine. You ask me about medicine, I can answer today. It's not difficult. That is where you will be able to make an impact, right? And it's not stagnant. So huge opportunities there. IoT and ML is going to be the future of the world in the healthcare sector. What is the basic mechanism behind IoT and identifying the blood sugar level? As I told you, say blood sugar levels are not actually important. People take the sugar values very big. Yes, when sugars are high, the blood becomes thicker. When blood becomes thicker, the flow of blood in the system gets stressed. Every piece of organs gets damaged. That is one of this problem. The actual root cause of the problem is the high insulin in the body, which leads to complications, which starts to disturb the system in a very big way, right? And if you don't fix up the metabolism properly, it starts to damage. So the way we look at the data is, we don't believe on single prick glucometer. If you want, many of your family will have some glucometer, because at least 1% of your family will be diabetic. They'll be having a glucometer. Go do a small experimentation. Prick all 5 fingers at the same time, and use 5 strips to check the blood sugars, and 5 fingers has different blood sugars, right? It's totally different. That is the reason we believe on the continuous glucose meter, glucose monitoring device, the sensor. It continuously monitors, and it's from the interstitial fluid. There's a lag, and there is also a study which we had come out with. The sugars on the left hand and the right hand are different. Will you believe it? Will you believe it? And the difference is almost 50 points. Very interesting. A lot of interesting outcomes are there. Anyway, is it possible to detect COVID-19 and HIV patients by AI? Why not? The technology has come in. It's not difficult. So when you start to correlate across multiple things, now today there are sensors, which is simple. In fact, a twin can offer the solution right away today, but we did not want to do that because that was not our focus. If you want to be successful, be focused. Don't pick up what comes today. As it is today, COVID, don't grab it. Your focus was to reverse diabetes, reverse chronic condition. Focus on that. Many people came to us saying that, hey, can you help us to detect COVID? Yes, we can, but we don't want to. We supported our patients who got infected with COVID. We supported with the right precision nutrition, and they, without hospitalization, they all came out successfully, right? How do IoT-based system work in cancer patients? Precision. Most of the cases, cancer patients is when you start to precisely identify the cancer cells, detecting it, and the chemotherapy, precision to it is very important today. And most of the cancer patient dies because of lack of precision in chemotherapy. A lot of studies are there, a lot of AI solutions are there for cancer solutions, and still it is at nascent stage. And I don't want to talk much on it. That's the reality, but there are solutions which are available. How could we use AI to eradicate bioweapons or bioterrorism? AI can be everywhere. There is no dearth of it. And bioweapons and bioterrorism detection is possible. And I don't have a precise answer for it, but it can solve a problem. What are the major challenges in IoT or AI in monitoring healthcare system? I told you. That's going to be the universal truth. Start fixing up the fundamentals of your human body. By fixing up the metabolism, everything gets changed. You will not believe sugar is a root cause for cancer too. I told you, right? It starts there. Solve that. Many things have solved, get solved. Fix the insulin metabolism, everything gets solved. Tell about IoT-based robotics, recent advancement in nanoelectronics in curing cancer. I said, right? Chemotherapy, they had started to use nanoelectronics with IoT robotics to precisely or to kill that particular cell, detect it and kill that particular cell, and that's what is happening in a big way. Yeah. Any more questions? We have 5 more minutes.
Yes, we have questions in the chat box also.
Yeah.
Just I will read out. There is Sudha, assistant professor from SVCE. Job scope of nanotechnology or material science engineer in your company?
We don't have an we don't have an option in our company on nano and other stuff. We look at ML engineers in a very big way. We look at developers in a very big way. Android developers, and we look at real developers in a very big way. We are hunting for it. We are looking at sales executive, sales excellence with technology, marketing excellence people with the technology, digital DX experience. Those are the verticals which we look at. And we don't recruit freshers. We don't recruit freshers because we are startup, we are sprinting, and we don't have time to support someone, educate them and help them. We are ready to pay more and take the best of people, and we want to capitalize the market space which is available today. We are not even say, though I'm the chairman of MAM group of institutions, not even a single student of MAM is with Twin. That's a reality. Truth. We may think in near future, we may do something. At this stage, we are not recruiting freshers. We recruit interns. We take interns. We pay 25 to 50,000 stipends, and if they are successful, they could get converted to regular roles. But the truth is, we will not be spending much time with them. They need to understand what is happening, and they need to learn to sail through the atmosphere which is prevailing there. Next question, please.
I think we can take this as a last question. So he has multiple questions. Can that is Sean J from third year CSC, I think from MAMSET. Can a middle class people afford this kind of treatment? First question. Second one, can we join this field for a job and how?
So to answer your question, I'll tell you, middle class people today do buy tablets. When it requires injection, an average expense of a diabetic patient today is between 3,000 to 8,000 rupees. And you need to understand, as he progresses with medicine, his complications is going to get worse and worse and worse. And as we mature and as the number picks up, today the cost of this particular solution, and the treatment is for 1 year, it costs around 70,000 rupees, including everything. Patient did not spend anything, even single paisa he has spent. He has to just eat the recommendation of the food, what the platform says, including the initial medicines the platform, the company gives, right? But we want to further reduce the cost, which will happen as the volume increases. Yes, it is. We will make it affordable very shortly. Yes, great opportunities are there. If you have focus, if you are really interested, understand the reality. Don't be, most of us start to work for the sake of scoring marks, for the sake of fulfilling the requirement of a degree. It is more than that which is required to be successful. Friends, opportunities are plenty. You prove yourself. In third years, you could develop applications. Come and show to us saying that I have the knowledge. Why don't you recruit a fresher? Well, I have this talent. I could do this. He'll be happy to recruit people. Nothing wrong with it.
One more question she has added finally. A huge data from a single person, then how will you manage to collect, store data, number of patients? That is the final question.
Say today, Amazon clouds are there. Yes, we use. So very, very interesting in our cases. We are not trying to take forest of data and try to do a ML solution. The correlation is for the patient. That is the reason why every patient who gets enrolled, the program works. Because the data is for the individual. Today, the solutions are there. Storage is not a problem. Amazon, AWS clouds are there. We are using solutions. Storage is not a problem anymore. Data is very, very important. Data is power. With data, we can do wonders. That's what is happening.
I think, thank you, Dr. Maluk. Before going to the concluding remarks from CNC, I request the participants, we will share the feedback link. So feedback is very important. So we'll post the feedback link in the chat box. So please submit the feedback link. I request Mr. CNC to give a concluding remarks. CNC?
He had an internet problem, he was mentioning,
Yeah, okay.
right?
Dr. Maluk, thank you so much for a wonderful session. I think all of us have technically as well as with respect to healthcare also, we have all benefited out of this session. And we as Anu said, sometimes it is nice to play a T20 match and probably not a test match. So this 1 hour very powerful session has actually really opened up a lot of eyes, and I'm sure many students would have definitely taken a lot from today's session. They would have definitely gained a lot. So thank you so much. And real time, we have seen benefits in many of the people whom you have worked with closely in reversing the diabetes also. So hats off to all the research that you're doing. So thanks to Dr. Maluk once again for coming and arranging conducting this session at a short notice. Thanks to all the participants. I see one seminar hall full of students from Alpha Engineering College. All of them, Dr. Maluk, for your information, they are from the biomedical engineering.
Awesome.
We just got the attendance. So good that I'm sure all of you would have benefited and would have known avenues on how you can venture into the stream, which he says the scope is very huge. So thanks to all participants who have joined us here in Zoom and also YouTube. Have a good day, all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sujata. My special thanks to Madam Anuradha, who requested this to be done. Madam Alamelu, who always I keep interacting. And in fact, I wanted to set up this company in India. She was the one who guided me to start it up at IIT Research Park. And thanks to all the students and the faculty members. I'm wishing you all a great, amazing success in your life. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maluk. Thank you.
Bye.
You have been a good friend of PALS, so thank you.
We'll continue to do that. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.